and welcome to Elevate Springfield, where we will dive into strategies and stories that help you rise to your full potential. Each episode, we'll talk about how you can take intentional steps to elevate your life and your business while making a meaningful impact on those around you. Along the way, we're going to bring in the change makers from our community that are already elevating. We'll bring the actionable strategies, you bring the discipline and follow through, and together we can elevate Springfield.
All right, let's go, Springfield. Time to 10x your day, 10x your life, and all of us 10x Springfield. Hey, you are listening to the Elevate Springfield podcast. Robert Farrell here, certified 10x coach, speaker, and mentor, here to bring you actionable strategies. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together we're going to elevate Springfield. Well, we are coming to you from the Big Dog Construction Studio in beautiful downtown Springfield. You are listening to Separation Saturdays on Elevate Springfield, where you can separate yourself from the competition every Saturday morning. We're going to get started after the break. Hey, Springfield, when it comes to reliable, high-quality roofing, you don't want to leave things to chance. That's why you should reach out to Acosta Angeli Roofing, your local roofing expert, serving Springfield and surrounding communities. From quick, dependable repairs to full replacement, from residential to commercial, they are your trusted pros. Call them today at 217-993-2748 or visit their website to book your free quote and inspection. Don't wait. A little leak now could lead to major damage later. Trust the local experts, protect your home, and get peace of mind with Acosta Angeli Roofing. And we are back on Separation Saturday. So today, we're going to get back into a little bit of marketing. You know, I've talked before about how much I love the marketing side of the business. Last week, we touched on a few things marketing-wise. We focused on the 10X commandments of marketing. Just real quick as a refresher on those 10X commandments of marketing. Money follows attention. Best known always beats best. Assume nobody sees it. Attention is the most valuable currency. Repeat successful actions. Speed is senior to quality. Marketing is senior to sales. Frequency comes before greatness. No one thing can blow a deal, and be omnipresent. How it can seem like you are everywhere all at once. Then we talked about building that brand message. So you recall, hey, who are you as a person? Who are you as a company? What core values does your company believe in? Things like that. What does your competition do, and how are you different, and how can you market to that? Because if you don't know you and you don't know your company, you don't know your values, you don't know what you stand for, how do you expect your prospects or your future clients to ever know? Because knowing your prospect allows for better understanding of your customers' needs, allows for development of offers based on those needs, helps guide how you package the delivery of your brand message, and allows your entire organization to be clear on your customer base. So if you haven't listened to last week's episode, hey, check that out. It'll give you a good head start on building some of those perfect customer avatars, and also building that brand message for them. So let's talk just a little bit about the customer decision journey today. You know, when you think of your pipeline for your potential clients, you can think of it as a funnel, really, really large at the top and then small down at the bottom, and it gets more narrow as it goes down, right? So think of the top of that funnel is all these people, all these potential clients are either unaware of a problem they're having or unconscious of a problem they're having. Then they move to, when they figure out they have a problem or made aware that they have a problem, they start researching that problem, right? What can I do to fix this problem? Then once they figure out a potential solution or maybe some ideas for how they could fix that problem, they start researching vendors. Hey, what companies are out there or what people are out there that can help me do this or can solve this problem for me? And then they buy. The thing we need to do with our content through social media, through our omnipresence efforts, you need to make your content work for you. So how do we do that? Well, your content, any of that content, no matter what channel it's on, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, whatever, should be doing some of these things. You can use your content to handle objections. It is a great way to utilize content. Hey, answer some of those questions that they have, handle some of those objections that they have in your content. So they see that as they are deciding if they want to work with you, right? Handle those objections up front. That way, when you actually come in contact with them, some of them might have already been handled, and that's going to make the sales process a lot easier for you. You can also make your content work for you by warming up potential prospects. If you've been in business before, you've heard the term, cold lead versus warm lead, things like that. And that's basically dependent upon if they know you or know of you or know what you do or how far along in the process they are with you, right? If they've done business with you before, those can all play into if it's a cold lead or a warm lead. Everybody's heard of cold calls where you just call somebody out of the blue, have zero idea if they need your product or service or have a problem that you can solve for them. But that's a cold call. That is a completely cold lead. With somebody that's been following you for a while, maybe has commented on some of your posts, maybe visited your site. That's a little bit warmer, right? Right. So there's a whole spectrum of cold and warm leads, but you can use your content to warm them up, to get them to get to know you and your company a little better. You can use your content to follow up. We've talked extensively about follow-up before. You can use your content to dominate Google search. You need to have enough stuff out there to where you rise to the top of the pile. You can use it for lead generation. You can use straight up landing pages or paid ads, things like that, to get lead generation. It doesn't even have to be paid. It could be just organic leads that you're getting from lead generation into that pipeline. You can use your content to increase engagement, to get people talking about your company, to get people involved with you personally and your brand. You can use your content to promote offers, events, products, services, all that good stuff. You see, most companies do that. Most companies use their social media to, hey, I've got a sale going on. I'm going to promote that. Hey, I'm going to put a picture of what I got going on here. I'm going to put a picture of my product on here. Here's the services that I do. Here's an event that I have coming up. That's the easy stuff, right? Most people do that. That's really easy. I've got a 20% off. I've got a tax sale coming up here, and that's what we're going to do this weekend so I can make a post about it, right? It's some of this other stuff that many companies fail to do, especially the handle objections part. A lot of companies do not use their content to handle objections, even though it is a very, very powerful use of content. So look at your content right now and see how many of these you're actually accomplishing with the content that you have. Are you handling objections? Are you warming up potential prospects? Are you following up? Are you dominating Google search? Are you using it for lead generation, to increase engagement, to promote your offers and events? How many of those are you actually doing? And don't forget to integrate AI into this too. We're going to do a whole nother segment on how you can integrate AI into it, but it's making it a lot easier to get this content out and quickly to hit all of these different things. So what are some types of content that you can utilize to do all this? Hey, you could do a podcast. I'm doing a podcast right now, right? That is a great form of content. You could do articles. You could do some old school blogs. You could do newsletters, interviews, social posts, videos, images, polls, surveys, infographics, memes, testimonials, and it goes on and on. So many different types of content because we talked about that customer journey. You need to have content for wherever they're at in that journey. So we talked about kind of the basics of where they're at, but then there's a little bit deeper trajectory here that we could talk about. You need to be able to meet that prospect where they are. They start with don't know you, then they go to know of you, then connected with you, a lot of times through social. Then they opted in, they gave you their email address or their phone number, some information, right? Then they turn into a current customer, then a previous customer, and then hopefully an advocate if you've done everything well. So we talked a little bit about the content checklist last week, but a quick refresher. Quantity over quality, get it out there and keep getting it out there. Consistency and frequency, make sure you stay consistent and frequent and disciplined with it. Assume nobody sees it. Try the shoot it once and post it. I did an extra post on that one last week. Try that out. It is powerful. Know your platform, know your audience, know your outcome, post something shareable, and send them somewhere. Give them a call to action, whether that's to buy something, to your website, to follow you, to whatever. Give them something to do. So let's do a couple of quick examples for structuring your message in a post or any type of content, right? So here's a couple of quick and easy ones. So structure your message. Number 1, call out your target. Number 2, speak to a problem that you know they have already. Initiate that problem. Insert your value, what you're going to do about that. Add your USP, that's your unique sales proposition, right? So your credibility, your sales points, things like that. And then add your call to action. So again, real simple structured message. Call out your target, speak to a problem that you know they have, initiate the problem, insert your value, add your USP, add your call to action. So an example of that. Let's just throw this one out there. So, hey, dads, did you know that 91% of your bonding time with your child happens between the ages of 0 and 12? Wonder Dads offers planned activities to make the most out of the bonding time with your kids. Click the link below to get access to memorable moments with your kids when it matters most. Pretty powerful, right? And they hit every piece of that. Call out your target, spoke to the problem, initiate the problem, they inserted their value, add the unique selling proposition, and they have a call to action, right? So some easy starts when you're doing this. First thing you could do, a very easy way to remember this, is use the GAP method, GAP. Get attention, ask about a problem you know they have, promise to solve with an offer. That is basically a scaled down version of that full structure that I just gave you a second ago. The GAP method. Get attention, ask about a problem you know they have, promise to solve it with an offer. Other things you can do that are super easy are numbered lists and how-tos. Those typically get some good engagement. So it could be, 3 ways to, 5 tips to, 7 cost savers, 10 biggest mistakes, 5 most effective whatevers, 14 cheapest whatever, 5 most expensive whatever. Those things typically get pretty good play. So you could try those out. And then how-tos, a lot of companies can do a how-to, even though you think you might not. Of course, it works well for the DIY stuff, but no matter what company it is, you could probably do a how-to, how to do more in less time, how to make more money with less work, how to fix your computer without any tools, how to get the best deal on a car. These could be all dependent upon what kind of company you have, but there's a lot of different how-tos that you could integrate in there. So take some time, create some numbered lists, do some how-tos, use that GAP method. Main thing is you want to become their trusted resource for whatever you do. You want to be the one that they look to when they are thinking about what you do. So that bottom line, that's what we're trying to get to. And make one of the biggest things here, and I'm going to mention it again, consistency and frequency. Come up with a plan of how many times you're going to post out there and follow it. Maybe a beginner plan might be an email every day out. Could be a weekly podcast interview or article that you write. Could be 2 Facebook posts a day, a couple of Instagram posts a day, a couple of stories a day, a couple of live streams per week. Could be a couple of posts on X every single day. Could be one LinkedIn post every day. Could be a weekly longer form YouTube or shorts, either one. But come up with a beginner plan. The 10X plan, GC's plan is going to be a lot more than that. That's going to be upwards of maybe 15 emails a day, 4 weekly podcasts, 3 to 5 interviews, 8 Facebook posts a day, stuff like that, right? A lot more than the norm. But find your weekly content creation plan and stick to it and reap the rewards of that later on. So hopefully that helps with your marketing. Get that structured message out there. Be omnipresent, be frequent, be disciplined, be consistent, and we'll see you tomorrow on your weekly battle plan. So which one of those things could you start today? Hope that helps. We'll be back after the break.
Looking for expert tree care with hometown integrity? Look no further than Sangamon Tree Service. They're your trusted local pros, delivering quality workmanship, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing every time. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, their team brings professionalism and care to every job, big or small. Call the name your neighbors trust, Sangamon Tree Service, or visit them today at sangamontreeservice.com. Sangamon Tree Service, rooted in quality, built on trust.
Well, thank you for joining us today, everybody. Appreciate you making us a part of your day. Hey, don't forget, while you're out on social, check ours out. You can check my personal one out at Robert Farrell, at everywhere. Check out those Elevate Springfield pages, those Big Dog Business Coaching pages as well. Check us out over on YouTube. Give us a subscribe, give us a like or a follow on any of those channels. We would certainly appreciate it. So hey, take what you learned today. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together, that's right, y'all, we're going to elevate Springfield. Be great.
Looking for personalized insurance with hometown care? David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agents, here to help you protect what matters most: your family, your home, and your dreams. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, David and his team are proud to serve the Springfield community with trusted advice and reliable coverage. Local service, real relationships, peace of mind. Call today or stop by their office. They can build your dream protection plan together. Call 217-726-6343